Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your girl, Scare the Madness. I'm back with another one. Now, sorry for not posting anything for a while. I just had a couple of stuff that I needed to do, and trying to get as many pictures as I try to get out as possible. I will try to do more animation later, but trying to be a solo animator and not being good at trying to doing animation isn't really helping for me. Now, y'all guys are probably asking yourselves, why hasn't she not posted anything and why hasn't she not said anything either? Obviously, I did for my last post. Now, y'all probably wondering what's been going on. Band has been stressful and forgetting that I have a YouTube channel to raise up, and it's hard. Seriously, it is. Trust me, Sun and Moon series hasn't been good enough either. Trying to do like bits of animation here and there. I'm thinking about doing animation for Sun and Moon, but trying to do that, it's going to take a lot of work, and editing the video and voice is going to be difficult too. So I'm really just trying to take a break here before I start going back into any of that. I will still be drawing and doing animations as best as I can, including finishing some of them up. And plus, if you guys are going to be interested in like a little bit of what my types are, or probably interested in what I like, please go to my TikTok and you'll be able to see me with my reposts or the ones that I'm really interested in. Just don't be too cringed out on what you see. Now, I did want to say this a bit as an announcement that I am trying to get through certain stuff. I really am. I'm already getting stressed out as it is for band coming up, even especially when we did flight back in, what was it, last year? Yeah, last year we did flight. I am like one of the guard members that were on the field for just like 2 parts of the show before I was out of the show for the last 2 parts. I'm trying my best to be as great as I can, and trust me, being perfect is not easy. But I do have like a little announcement to make that I will make a version of Wally Darling, but in my version for the Welcome Home one. Because I see a lot of people making their own Wally Darling, so I was like, hey, how about I make myself one? But better this time. I know I shouldn't put like the last name of Wally Robotnik. I didn't know how I can't just go with like Dr. Wally or anything, because it sounds weird, and that's like the only name that came to my mind that should be go for like robotics. But that's the best I can do with that one. I will try to make a special collab with all the characters and what they can do. But I decided to just make my own Welcome Home, because that's like the best I can do, and this is the only announcement I'm gonna make until like a couple of days later. But I was just gonna say that I will be back on YouTube for probably the next couple of days. Apparently, I won't be able to post anything at all until I get home because of this whole entire phone law. I already hate that law far enough. I don't see how people who thinks that giving up phones to their kids at school is going to be a good idea. And I'm not blaming the principal or the teachers or anything. I'm blaming whoever made this law. It's a law now saying that, oh, that we should just take the phones away from the kids so they can do better. I'm sorry. Do you think that the phones are the problem? I'm sorry to say, but a little bit of that matter does count, but it doesn't. It's not my fault that the kids think it's a good idea to skip school or not to stay in classes and wander around the hallways. It's not the phones that are the problem. It's the kids. Kids in this world are not being taught right. I'm sorry to say, parents, but I don't just see the problem why you can't just talk to your kids saying that it is not a good idea to be doing that stuff. And plus, what if something happens at school? Like, dead serious. What if something happens at school and the students can't call the police? Like, I did hear at school that they had these patches, these little patches where you can just, like, just lock them. And, what's the word? I don't know. It's like people getting these patches at school and they can just lock and you're gonna have to wait in line in order to unlock that patch. Now right there, I just don't see why they would do this. I mean, I'll be scared myself if I can't open that patch if something happens. So you're saying that the kids can't have phones? Don't let the teachers have them either. If the kids can't have them, the teachers can't have them either. What I'm saying is that this whole entire phone policy or this phone law is gonna get me full of anxiety, especially when I'm in life skills class. As I was saying, that this whole thing that's going on, this is gonna be upsetting for most of schools out there. I'm already seeing that schools are not being filled with kids anymore, and the school's gonna be like halfway dead. And plus, taking our phones away during lunchtime? Seriously? I mean, kids out there are dumb enough to think, oh, let's insult them over social media. Next thing you know, that kid dies at the end of all that. That's already stupid enough for kids out there to be doing that stuff. But hey, in this world, kids don't listen. I know y'all guys can tell how much I am upsetting over this. Yes, take the phones away for something like that, but taking it away for the whole entire day, that's a big problem. What if there was a fire drill? What if there was an intruder in the building? What if something happens that the kid automatically goes missing off of school grounds? And y'all think I'm really upset about that? I am. My parents even call me during the middle of class, even though I don't got anything important with that class. Well, I think that should be enough for another story, for another day. Anyways, this is an announcement just for today. And I did see that Digital Circus episode, and I think there's more lore to it than what meets the eye. And I have a feeling, okay, this is just a theory, just for y'all guys to know. I think he can control the abstraction from other characters. The way he said it to Pomni, saying that there were his playthings, and he could just make them suffer, he knows how to make them go over the edge for them to go to abstract. I have a feeling like he can control over his abstraction, so he could be there longer. But I also have a feeling like he can cause someone to go to abstract, sorry. I think the reason why he hasn't told the others what his power was is because he was scared to actually say it to the others about what his power could be. His power is probably to control abstraction and take the abstraction away from other characters. But the reason why he hasn't done it, because maybe that might have happened to his friend. I think that's why Pomni and him got into a fight, because it keeps reminding him of how him and his friend got into a fight and caused him to go to abstraction. That's going to be my theory for another video. Anyways, good night, my little pups, and don't let the nightmares bite.
This hell, I can only blame myself, 'cause I know you're poison, you're feeding me poison.